Ready to open the hood? UseTool for the tutorials.
And for car parts, the right idea is the Mr. Auto app. Easy, fast, and with better prices than on the website.
You can find the catalytic converter from the easy-to-fit kit by Faurecia used in the video through the link in the description. Turn your engine off, pull up the handbrake, pull on the bonnet release lever and open the bonnet. Unplug the battery. To change the catalytic converter, you will have to raise the front of your vehicle. Lift the front of your vehicle and put it in the two-axle stands. We strongly suggest watching the tutorial, racing your vehicle safely before carrying out this step. To access the catalytic converter on your vehicle, you will have to remove the engine cover. Using a 27mm Torx wrench, unscrew the two screws on the engine cover. Then open the oil filter cap and remove the engine cover. Screw the cap back in. To remove the catalytic converter, you have to remove the lambda sensor located on the upper part of the catalytic converter. Start by spraying the sensor with penetrating oil, then unplug the sensor by pushing on the holding spur and pulling on it. You can now unscrew the sensor using a 22mm spanner and then remove it. You will now have to remove the heat shield. Using a socket wrench and a female E10 Torx socket, remove the three holding screws on the heat shield. Remove the heat shield. You can now access the catalytic converter. Start by brushing the 8 nuts that hold the catalytic converter on the engine, then spray them with a penetrating oil. This will make them easier to remove. While waiting for the product to take effect, slide under the vehicle at the junction between the catalytic converter and the exhaust line. You now have to unscrew the exhaust flange. Start by brushing the nuts on the flange and then spray them with penetrating oil. Using a socket wrench, a big extender and a 13mm socket, unscrew the three holding screws on the flange. Pull on the flange to separate it from the catalytic converter. Using a socket wrench and a 10mm socket, you can now unscrew the 8 nuts that hold the catalytic converter. On the driver's side, the two first nuts also hold the plate that enables the engine to be held in place. Remove it. Your catalytic converter is now free. Make back and forth movements so that you can take it out from above. Don't forget to remove the used seal.
Please support us, subscribe and like the video, that will be really cool.
The easy-to-fit kits by Faurecia are split up in several parts, which makes it possible to assemble the entire exhaust line easily, safely and on your own without needing specific equipment. The kits come with all the accessories needed for assembly, adapted to the line in question. This means you do not have to worry about missing parts or compatibility issues which might stop you from completing the operation. Clean the seal gasket between the engine and the catalytic converter. Take the new seal supplied in the kit and install it. Take the new catalytic converter and insert it in the same way as you did the old one, putting it in place on the screws. Once in place, take the 8 nuts supplied in the kit and screw the catalytic converter back in. Start by screwing them in by hand, then finish the process off with a socket wrench and a 13mm socket. Don't forget to put the suspension plate back in on the driver's side. It is important to do the tightening in a staggered way to ensure that it is properly watertight. And to finish the tightening with a Torx wrench. Screw the lambda sensor back in. Put the heat shield back in place, passing the sensor cable on the inside. Then screw the shield back in. Reconnect the lambda sensor. Take the heat seal and install it on the catalytic converter. Take the 3 screws supplied in the kit and put the flange back in place. Finally, screw it back in. Finish off the tightening with a Torx wrench. Put the engine cover back in place and screw it in. can now put your vehicle back on the ground. Reconnect the battery. Assembly of the new catalytic converter is now finished. On certain vehicles, it may be necessary to indicate the onboard computer that the catalytic converter has been changed to ensure that the vehicle can work as best as it can. Operation completed.
Hello, if this video helps you, like and subscribe.